Hello. Today I will be presenting uh, my research study on how baking temperatures affect the average circumference of homemade cookies. So, in this study, I had a null hypothesis and an alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis was that mean cookie circumference is equal across all temperature ranges. So, or in this case, we were just looking at 325, 350, and 375. The alternative hypothesis was that mean cookie circumference differs for at least one temperature. Uh, between the groups. Um, so for the experiment, what I did was I asked AI and Byline if they would generate me an estimated standard deviance and mean difference, and the values we got were 1.2 centimeters for a standard estimated standard deviation and a 1.5 centimeters for a estimated mean difference. This gave us a Cohen's d value of 1.25. And using that, we were able to utilize Python's t-test um, t-test power module in order to calculate a estimated sample size. So the estimated sample size we got was 11, and that is the amount of cookies that we used for each group. So in total, 33 cookies, 11 for each group, 325, 350, and 375. So after collecting all the data, we used a flexible measuring strip in order to measure the circumference and collecting it, putting it in a spreadsheet. We ran through the statistical computations, which were, in this case, it was pairwise t-test. And when I say we, I just mean me. I did this in my home with a lot of cookies. So ran through the two sample t-test and got these values here. So between 325 and 350 and 325, the t-value was negative 6.7. Um, Cohen's d was 2.88, and then for 350 compared to 375, the t was 12.2 and the d was 5.2. And then for 350 versus 325, or sorry, 325 versus 375, we had 4.31 and 1.84. So these were all fairly large effect sizes when we're looking at the Cohen's d value. And another thing that's important to see is that all of these p values are very, very, very small. So um, it wasn't until we compared 325 to 375 that it was even something we could calculate and display. All the rest were just, very small values. So there was statistical significance here to show that this was not due to random variation, but that um, there was significance in these results and these numbers that we crunched together. Um, so without going too far over time, the last conclusion and recommendation is that baking these cookies at 350 degrees Fahrenheit optimized the best circumference and cookie baking experience. If in the future, if we were to look at other experiments, we could consider adding in other independent variables such as the cookie dough type, and then we could also look at some of the dependent variables such as the taste and the texture. So that is my story. I hope, or that is my experiment. I hope it was interesting, and I have a lot of cookies to get down on now. So thank you for watching.